Hello, everyone, and happy April 1st. Welcome to your weekend update. As we always say, this weekend update isn't meant to be a substitute for the Avalanche forecast, so be sure to check that out each day you're heading into the backcountry at sawtoothavalanche.com. This is our second to last weekend update, and be sure to check in next week. Ben's going to do our last one and throw in some goodies in that one about how to handle the spring season once Avalanche forecasts are wrapped up. It was a really exciting week last week, so let's just dive in. And let's start, of course, with the April 1st storm that just happened today. This was the biggest of the season. Always great to get late season powder. We had 2 feet of it, not a breath of wind, no weak layers, and lo and behold, we had low avalanche danger. Undoubtedly the best powder day of the year. If you didn't trust me, here's a video to prove it. Okay. Maybe after this winter, that's not even funny, but happy April Fool's Day regardless. Okay, so what really happened this past week? And unfortunately, not a whole lot. But there is some good news that heat wave finally ended. We did have some wet slide activity in Warm Springs, had a couple bigger wet slides out there. And then we got into a cooling trend. We had cooler daytime temps and especially had some really cold temps overnight to help lock up that snowpack. And that brought us to low avalanche danger across the board on Thursday, yesterday. As that heat wave continued, we started to get some bigger wet slides. Still nothing that huge or out of the ordinary, but the size did increase a little bit. Here's some out at Baker Creek that happened during the heat wave. And then we also had some wet slides that happened out at Warm Springs. One hit the road near Frenchman's Bend, and this one occurred near Geyer Hot Springs. So after that 5-day warm up, we finally got some cooling temperatures. The overnight temperatures dropped well below freezing on Monday night. And we've had some nice warm daytime temperatures, but temps been getting really pretty cold at night, including the teens last night on Thursday night into Friday morning. And the danger trend over the last week, we had considerable danger, primarily for the wet snow avalanche hazard, and then that decreased to low danger on Thursday. So looking at this weekend, let's take a look at the weather first. And I just pulled a weather forecast for Galena Summit at about 9,400 feet. And we're going to see a mix of sun and clouds this weekend, but overall it should be nice. We're going to get cold temperatures overnight that'll lock the snowpack up tight, and then get some warm temperatures during the day with a little bit of sunshine. So if you're into some corn skiing, this weekend could be a good time to do that. And looking at this weekend's avalanche conditions, I can say with a relative amount of confidence that the avalanche danger is going to be low across the board. Triggering an avalanche is unlikely. There's going to be a small chance of triggering wet avalanches during the heat of the day, but really with the cold overnight temperatures and good solid freezes overnight, that's really the wet slide potential is even going to be relatively minimal. So use normal caution. And so what does that mean when we say that? It just means to continue doing what you normally do in the backcountry. Make a plan before you go out. Obviously have your avalanche gear, rescue gear, watch for signs of instability. Basically what we're saying is don't turn your brain off. Avalanches, are possible at low danger. It can happen. So just keep your brains and your wits about you, and should have a nice, enjoyable day out there. Things look a little more interesting in the week ahead, particularly on Monday and Tuesday. There's a storm forecast to arrive kind of midday Monday and last into Tuesday morning. Obviously, we're a few days out from that, so be sure to check in. As Ben lets you know what happened is what's going to happen on Monday with that storm. But right now, it looks like 4 to 8 inches of new snow is forecast for the mountains around Galena Summit and to the north and west. So favoring our north and western mountains, like so many of our storms do. Not very much snow is expected for the Wood River Valley, and it is forecast to be very windy. So right now, the Weather Service is already putting out some wind warnings for that time period. So we do expect a bump in avalanche danger due to the combination of new snow and wind. And then Wednesday into the remaining part of the week, looks like we're back to high pressure. So that was pretty short and sweet. That's all I got for you. If you get out in the backcountry, even when the danger is low, we'd love to hear what you're seeing out there. And just a reminder that we have one more week of avalanche forecasts, and those will wrap up the weekend of April 9th.